So I came across this video online yesterday, and I'm sure many of you guys have probably already seen it. It's where a man spends 17 years of his life building his own dream car, a Lamborghini, in his basement. He makes it from scratch. 17 years is a very long time. This was the purpose he gave himself. This was the purpose of his life, I guess, for 17 years. But what was really interesting is at the end of it, when he finishes building this car and they finally take it out and he can drive it around, at that point he's not interested anymore. He couldn't care less about it. He wants to just sell it off. And he apparently spent something like $60,000 plus on the car, and he ends up apparently selling it for like 80 something. 17 years. If it was 70, that would be crazy. But 17 years of his life, blood, sweat, tears, dedicated to building this car, having this vision, and then once he's done it, he's completed it, he's not really bothered about it. He just wants to sell it off and ends up making just a tiny bit of money on top. This really got me thinking, as human beings, we cannot run away from one thing, which is that we need a purpose. We need something to live for. And the funny thing is, or the sad thing is that when you give your life a purpose, which is a worldly purpose, when you achieve it, and say you give your life a purpose. My purpose is to become a doctor. My purpose is to become an engineer. My purpose is to do charity work or build a car in my basement. Well, once you've attained that purpose, if that's the purpose of your life, where do you go from there? Is there any point of you living anymore? So all you can end up doing is just give yourself another purpose and keep going like this. And this is why it's extremely important for human beings to find their true purpose instead of wasting this precious time that we have on this earth, making up purpose for ourselves. And once you've achieved one, jumping to another, then a third, then a fourth. We don't have forever. We have maybe 50, 60, 70 years on this planet. We have to figure out what our ultimate purpose is. Why were we created? It's the only way we can know about our purpose. Well, it's not going to come from us because we didn't create ourselves. It's going to come from the one that created us. And indeed, he has informed us of our purpose. And it's captured in his final revelation, God's final revelation to humankind, the Quran. And in the Quran, he tells us that he created us to know him and to worship him. This is the ultimate purpose of our existence. It's not linked. It's not a worldly purpose. It's something that our entire lives will be used to fulfill, which is to know our Creator and to worship him. We would have to do this and try to perfect this and become better at doing this all the way to the end of our lives when we die. That's your true purpose. And therefore, you're never going to get to the point in this life where you're going to say, oh, I've achieved it. Now what? Where do I go from here? What's the next thing I need to do now? No, it's a lifelong endeavor. And that's something beautiful about your true purpose, the true purpose of your existence, which is to know your Creator and to worship him. So don't waste this precious time you have on this earth making up purpose for yourself. Sure, give yourself small goals in life, things you want to achieve, but don't make those the purpose of your existence, because all you're going to do is you're going to be setting yourself up for failure and misery, because at the end, once you've achieved that purpose, well, you're going to be in a void. Where do you go from there? Instead, set goals. Have worldly goals, aspirations, things you want to achieve, earn, attain, etc. But at the same time, find the true purpose of your existence and recognize and realize that's not going to come from you. It's only going to come from your Creator. So turn to him, acknowledge him, and worship him. I'll leave you guys with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Till next time, take care.